guys, welcome back to Morgantarot. It's Lisa here, and I'm here to do a reading for Mercury retrograde for the month of September through to October 2021. So retrograde period is began on the 27th of September in the sign of Libra, and it will continue all the way through in the sign of Libra until the 18th of October. Now, if you don't know much about retrograde, maybe do a bit of a search. I'm not going to go into that right here and now, but you know, there's certainly energies in retrograde where you will feel a little bit out of sorts. Communication will be difficult, especially written communication can be misunderstood, can be misinterpreted, can not reach its destination. It can bounce around and get to the wrong destination. It can be misunderstood, as I said. It might not arrive at all. And you might just wonder what the hell happened to that message that I wrote, or that phone call, or that person that I can't reach. So communication is very difficult during retrograde periods, and I find that personally that I have that issue myself. You know, a number that I might be able to normally call and get straight through would take longer than usual, and I may just get hung up on, or the person may not get my message that I've left for them. So there's all kinds of, you know, miscommunications bouncing around. You might be reminiscing about the past because, you know, as we know that, you know, it's a backwards motion. That is the overall energy of retrograde. It is, you know, what appears in an illusion that we are moving backwards instead of forwards. So as a result, we are tending to reflect backwards more. We are introspective and reflecting past and behind. So feelings of the past might be coming up. You might be reminiscing over memories. You might even be thinking more about someone from your past in particular, a soulmate, a past life soulmate, someone that you feel really connected to, and you might feel like reaching out to them, or they may feel like reaching out to you. Some other things that you might feel during the retrograde is a lack of concentration. There might be, you know, you might be feeling a bit of mental confusion or mental chaos or conflict. And I feel like, you know, we also might have a bit of a pessimistic attitude, you know, towards life during this period of time. So these are just a few little things that I've noticed personally, and you might experience as well. All right, so I am doing, as I said, a retrograde reading. It is going to be a general reading for whoever sees this message. It is meant for you. I believe strongly that whoever is guided to see this message is going to see it, because I am a smaller channel, so it's not going to go out to thousands and thousands of people. So I feel like if you come across this message, it is a message for you. Yeah, I'm going to be pulling 5 cards and getting clarifies if needed. The first card I'm going to be pulling is asking Spirit, you know, where should my learning be focused during this retrograde? What are the learnings that you need to focus on? Because we all have learnings to focus on during a retrograde period. It is very much a time for me of self-development and focusing on areas that we need to develop. Because of the challenging nature of the period that it is definitely a time and a sign from Spirit to put in the effort and the work into the areas that need it. Because it is a time of almost of lack, of time that we need to make up for that. Make up for that lack and that feeling of lack and that past reflection, or, you know, feeling like we're going backwards, or we're not quite moving as fast as we would like, or moving forward as fast as we would like. So it's almost like we need to counteract that and do things to lift ourselves up. So the first card I'm pulling is where should my healing be most focused during this retrograde? Second card will be what are my physical blockages during this retrograde? The third card will be what are my mental blockages during this retrograde? The fourth card will be the main theme of my journey during this retrograde, and the fifth card will be cards of advice for the retrograde period. And then obviously, like I said, we'll clarify any that need clarifying, unless they're a very straightforward message from Spirit, and we'll get some cards of advice from the Oracle to finish off as well. So that's what we're going to be doing, guys. So as I said, collective message, it isn't going to resonate for every single person out there. It's not possible, but I hope that it resonates with many of you. And please don't forget, if it does, to drop me a like. That helps my video to reach more people, so I really would appreciate that. That simple gesture can mean a whole lot to my channel, to my video specifically. And yeah, you can comment. I have the comments open if you'd like to tell me how, you know, how it resonates, or how you might, or even just to let me know what is your focus during the retrograde. You can tell me that. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know, subscribe if you aren't, or consider subscribing if you aren't already subscribed. Hit the notification bell if you do subscribe, so you can get notified when I upload videos. And let's get straight into this, guys. I think I've talked enough already. Alright, so the first card we're asking Spirit for, and I'm using my traditional Rider-Waite deck. Where should your healing be focused during this retrograde? Spirit guides, guardian angels, and the universe, please show us true, clear messages. Where should your energy be focused? Where should your healing be focused during this retrograde period in Libra, September, October 2021? Where should your healing be focused most during this retrograde period? Alright, I reckon I've done enough shuffling now, guys. Let's go ahead and hopefully get some messages, because I am the type of reader that will only take cards that fall out of the deck. That is the way I do things. Alright, Spirit. Oh, okay, we've got one message. Okay, we've got the World. Okay, right. So your main focus of healing during this period, I feel like, guys, with the World coming out, I feel as though, you know, this is a message that you guys are... This is a really interesting card for you to get, actually, because, you know, the World, to me, almost is a signifying card of a retrograde period. I feel as though this message is to remind you that there's been a closing of a cycle here. The World, for me, is definitely a card of closure, of cycles closing and new cycles beginning, because as we know, when one cycle closes, another cycle begins, right? One door closes, 5 doors open. It's the way of the world. It's the way that we work. It's the way that spirit works. It's the way the universe works. It's the way that we're all designed to be. We are all, life is all about change. The only, you know, constant thing is change. So I feel like with this card coming out, the World, I feel like this is a reminder, a gentle reminder from spirit that, you know, your healing during this period needs to be focused on that very element of moving forward in your life, of not staying stuck too long. I mean, we all have a period of healing after an ending, right? The cycle ends, we all have to go through a period of, you know, of grieving a loss and of reflection, introspection, and just, you know, figuring out what it is that we want to do next and how we're going to get there and how we're going to do it in a healthy way. So I feel like Spirit just wants you not to stay stuck for, you know, an excessive period of time in this energy of lack, in this energy of looking backwards too much. I feel like what you tend to do is you focus too much on what's already happened, and we have no control over that because it is the past. It is yesterday. It is already done. There is nothing we can do about it now. So I feel like, you know, you might tend to be stuck for too long on something, and you don't tend to let yourself move forward for an extended period of time is what I'm feeling. But, you know, your message from Spirit is, you know, your message of healing is what you need to do during this retrograde period is you really need to particularly focus on closing out a cycle and letting the new cycle begin, and letting it roll forward in a very, in a more smooth, faster moving fashion, if that made sense. I feel like your message from Spirit is that, you know, you need to let this cycle close out, and you need to move forward in a more seamless way. You need to let things roll. You need to let things move forward in a natural state. You need to not try to hold things up. You need to not try to focus and dwell too much on the past, on things you cannot control, over a closing of a cycle and ending that you cannot control, guys. This is something that was, you know, meant to happen, because, you know, everything happens for a reason. So if something has ended here, it's because it was meant to end. It was not for your greatest good. It was not part of your next cycle. It's not part of your journey. It's not part of your and it may well be that this cycle can come back around, guys, because we do know that, you know, the past can return in a transformed, different way, but it's never going to come back the way that it was. It's never going to be the way it was. It's never going to be the same, right? So whatever you had, if it does come back around with this person or with this situation, doesn't have to be a person, could even be a job, a situation, a life, could be anything in life, right? Coming back around again, something that you've experienced already. But, you know, it's never going to come back in the same form that it was. It's always going to be different. It's always going to have a different feel, because, of course, it's not the same period of time. You guys, or this situation, or you and this person have separated, and you have reformed. You've learned certain lessons. You've grown, and you've changed. Okay, there's an essence here that you guys are definitely not going to be the same, whether it be a situation or a person that comes back around And if it does, I'm simply saying that, you know, this is simply about closing out a cycle, and Spirit wants you to not spend too long healing a past energy. It wants you to heal, you know, in a time effective way. And remember that time is limited. We don't have unlimited time here on earth. So Spirit wants you to kind of not spend too long in this lacking energy, in this past energy, dwelling on the past. Spirit wants you to move forward, especially during this retrograde period. You know, your message and your goal, I feel, is going to be moving forward in a seamless, smooth way, in a way that allows you to move into the next cycle, which I feel is very much upon you. It is coming very close. It is coming very quickly, because Spirit wants you to move out of this, because if you don't move out of this past cycle and moving and allow energies and the universe to move you into your new cycle, you're going to block it out. And it's not going to happen, and you could actually miss an opportunity here, because Spirit and the universe will never allow you to move into a new cycle until you are energetically ready. So if Spirit thinks that you are hanging on to something and you haven't healed in the way that you need to heal, and you haven't learned the lessons that you need to learn, you will not be presented with the opportunity with the new cycle. Is what I'm wanting to tell you. All right, so during this period, you really need to focus on healing, not rushing healing, but I'm hearing, but just focusing on that solely, not trying to focus on too much, just focusing on the healing aspect of your life and getting into the next cycle, because there is a cycle that I feel Spirit wants you to move into, you know, fairly, like at least during the retrograde period is what I'm feeling. You know, I feel like there is a new cycle coming in during the retrograde period. The next message we were receiving is, what is your physical blockages during this retrograde period? What are your physical blockages going to be? Card. What are their physical blockages going to be during this retrograde? Okay, we've got the Nine of Wands here. Now, guys, I feel like this is very much a mental blockage, and we are asking Spirit for the physical blockage, but these two energies could very easily overlap each other, because I feel like they do overlap. Mental and physical are, to me, they are one, you know, because mentally you will have physical repercussions, and physical you will have mental repercussions. So they do go hand in hand, but we will get two messages, right? So with the Nine of Wands coming out here, guys, I feel as though, you know, you're blocked here. You know, this is a blockage energy. This is my mental health card, guys. So I feel as though, you know, in shadow, this is a need for you to open up, right? Sorry, my lighting's just gone out, but I'll continue. You know, this is a need for you to open up and trust people more. I feel like this is you needing to open up and trust that there is a new cycle coming in here for you guys. There's a new cycle coming in, and I feel like Spirit wants you to open up and trust more, because you are very guarded and blocked here. You are not letting a new cycle begin here. And I did feel that with the previous energy. So this is very, you know, resonates very much so with the energies that I already felt for you with, you know, the World card coming out here. I felt like you were stuck in an old cycle, in an old loop, in an old way of thinking, and on an old mindset, you know, a fixed mindset. So I do feel as though you're kind of giving up here. I feel like you're holding on to something longer than you need to. Old stories, old ways of doing things, old ways of being. You feel very stuck right now. You're in a mental health energy here. You are unable to move forward is what I'm feeling. You're just feeling stuck in a past time. And Spirit wants you to let go of this battle, you know, of this old battle. They want you to follow through and finish things and finish the, you know, let this ending and let this cycle close out so a new cycle can begin, guys. Very strong message here. I feel like, you know, you're trapped by your own boundaries here. You are literally trapped by your own doing, because, you know, this person is trapped by their own doing, much like the Eight of Swords energy. You know, Spirit doesn't want you to give up, because you're almost there. You're almost at the next stage of your life. You're almost at the next cycle that you're about to begin in your life. It's just around the corner. Success is not far away, and Spirit wants you to remember that, you know, because you need to push beyond your own perceived limitations here, guys. You need to remain open and trusting that you can do that, that you are going to do that, you are going to move into a new cycle of happiness and abundance here. You know, your past does not define you. You know, a new cycle is going to begin, but You know, you need to not let the past failures affect your future, right? That's very much a strong message I'm getting here for you guys. So that is your blockage, your physical blockage, this retrograde, but it's also a mental blockage. That, as I said, they both overlap each other. So we'll get a message for both. All right, so let's get a message. So now we also want to know, what are their mental blockages during this retrograde period, please? Please show us true, clear messages. Apologies for the lighting, guys. My LED light's just gone out, so I'm a bit yellow, but I'm sure you can still see me okay. I do have the other light on. Let's go ahead and get the messages we need to get. So what are the mental blockages during this retrograde, Spirit? Whoa, that one, wow, okay. We've got the Wheel of Fortune here, guys. Interesting messages. We've got the World and the Wheel. Wow. Okay, guys, you know, with the Wheel of Fortune, I'm really not surprised that this has come out for you as a mental blockage, guys. I feel as though, right? And I want you to focus on this energy here, because this is a message for you while I read this. Now, I do feel as though, you know, the Wheel of Fortune to me, and for most readers, is about luck and chance, guys. You know, we can have good fortune or we can have bad fortune, right? Depending on, you know, this is the karmic wheel, depending on the actions we've taken, the things that we've done. It's up to you, really, to make the choices that will lead to improving your sense of well-being or your lifestyle. You know, when we get this card, you know, this wheel signifies that even though you are part of a greater cycle here, or a universal or a collective energy, you know, destiny is about taking responsibility for your actions rather than, you know, blaming those actions on fate or, you know, something that's just happened to you. Nothing just happens to us. It happens as a result of the choices that we make, right? So I feel like, you know, this is a blockage for you. I feel like this is a mental blockage. You know, I feel like you might feel that your life is fated and you have no control over your feelings and your next cycle that's about to begin. You have no control over your experiences, you know, your love life or your work. But, you know, it's that very lack of taking responsibility for who you are that is causing the problem here, this mental blockage for you in this retrograde period. You know, the wheel is saying, don't feel the world is against you, you know, join in the cosmic dance and be part of the show here. You know, be your own choreographer in a sense. You know, you are the star of the show here. I feel like, you know, you need to, the lessons for you is you will not start afresh into this new cycle unless you move into this mindset. You need to be ready for a new adventure. You need to be ready to move out of this healing energy that I feel like you might be spending too long in, that we got that message at the very beginning. But I feel like you need to not fear change, and you need to embrace it, and you need to take action towards your future happiness here, guys. It really is time to let this wheel turn in your favor, you know? I feel like, you know, the only certainty in life is change itself, as I've already said in this reading. You know, I feel like you're seeing patterns and cycles repeating in life. I feel like that's the cycle that you're in. You're kind of letting this cycle, because this life is about cycles, the wheel. It's continuous. It doesn't end. It goes around and round and round. And I feel like you're kind of repeating cycles here, guys. I feel like that's the energy that I need to tell you about. You know, opportunity knocks at the door, and you need to be there to open it. You need to be there to receive that new cycle, to receive that new beginning, to receive that happy new beginning. You know, destiny is waiting for you here, but I don't feel like you're quite ready mentally, which is why it's come up for a mental energy. And obviously we've just got the physical, so we've kind of got a mental health energy here in the physical, and we've also got, you know, a mental health, very much a mental health energy here with the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, it can be, you know, as I said, it can be about good fortune, but it can also be about bad fortune. It's about not receiving, you know, not moving into a new cycle, not moving into happiness and joy, and actually repeating old cycles here. So that, you know, you need to take the bull by the horns here. You are in control of your life, in terms of what happens now, in terms of your well-being, in terms of your lifestyle, in terms of what happens here. You need to take responsibility here, right? Okay, hopefully I didn't go on too much, guys, but I felt really strongly with that message. This is purely me wanting to help you guys to move forward into this new, because once you do move forward, you will receive all of the abundance that's coming to you. The Wheel of Fortune is an extremely positive energy here. That is about fortune going your way, but you've got to do the work first. It doesn't just come magically. right? You've got to do the work. You've got to move through the healing first. You've got to allow this new cycle to begin here with the world here, and you've got to move out of this really stuck, fixed mindset. Get out of your head and start actually taking action and taking responsibility for the past, and healing and moving forward into the new cycle. There's a beautiful new cycle here with the Wheel of Fortune, guys. There's definitely no doubt about that. All right, we're now going to get, what is the main theme of your journey during this retrograde period? What is the main theme of your journey during this retrograde period? For the collective, please, Spirit. Please show us true and clear messages for the collective. Alright, we have got the Hierophant, guys. Wow, okay. We have had a really significant reading here, guys. We've now got 3 major arcana in this reading. So, guys, I just charged on my LED light and I am back. Alright, so we got the Hierophant, as I said, guys. So, 3 major arcanas here. This is a very, very strong, clear message that is meant for you. I'm so blown away by getting 3 major arcanas here. All right, so the message I am feeling is very consistent here, right? So I feel like, with the Hierophant coming out here, this is about knowledge and, and education, higher levels of learning, higher levels of understanding. It's about spiritual awakening. It's about spiritual growth. Traditional values are appropriate, but also your inner spiritual soul needs expression, right? You may need to seek guidance here from someone you trust. It could be, a guidance counselor, it could be a therapist, it could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be, a spiritual being, a priest if you're religious even. This is about someone who helps others, who is a guidance, who is a source of knowledge and spiritualism or religion. So it may be that you need to seek out that help. Maybe that's the theme of this journey for you for retrograde. The retrograde journey for you could be about that really, evolvement, self-growth, higher levels of learning here, understanding who you are and what your soul needs to move forward into this new cycle. But it is definitely about you seeking supports here. This is about learning and growth, this card. So I feel like, even a mediator, right? If you're in that situation where you're struggling and having a problem with someone. But, I feel like you need to conform to certain rules here if you're going to move ahead into, into your next abundant cycle in life is what I'm feeling. Whether it be a relationship, a situation, whatever. To move into the new cycle, guys, strong message here. It feels like you're stuck in your ways right now. There's been a very consistent message here in your reading. It feels like you're very stuck. You're not wanting to move forward, or you're unwilling to adapt to another way of doing things is what I'm hearing. You're clinging to the past here, guys. You're clinging to the past, and you can't move on. There's an essence of that going on here. And I feel like you need to accept the necessary changes that will improve your life. There's no doubt about it. It's going to improve if you accept these changes. You need to learn the lessons, the spiritual and personal growth lessons that are being presented to you by way of spirit, by way of the universe. They are presenting you with these challenges because they know that these are the lessons that you need to learn to move into your next cycle, to move into your next abundant cycle of life. You will know what these lessons are, guys. They are personal to you. They are personal and specific to you. Every single person watching this video should know. If you've watched this far, you should know what the lessons are that I'm talking about here, guys. They're going to be very specific to you. That's what I'm feeling Spirit saying. High levels of learning and growth are required here. You will evolve spiritually and you'll receive the gifts that a new cycle is going to offer you once you do allow this to happen. The world, the Wheel of Fortune and the Hierophant, guys, something destined is about to happen here, during retrograde or late retrograde or just outside of retrograde. There is definitely something that is approaching you if you do the learnings, if you receive these messages that Spirit is giving you and you do the work that you need to do to allow yourself to move out of this stuck energy where you're in a fixed mindset and you're not learning the lessons that need to be taken from this past experience that you've had. I feel like you are heading into something really amazing here, guys. Those 3 major arcanas I can't express enough. You hold the key to the door. and that door is to your future, to your next cycle, which is going to be extremely abundant because you have a Wheel of Fortune, you have the World, and you have the Hierophant. Something very spiritually beautiful is happening to you guys. It could be a higher level of commitment here. You could meet someone who you will get married to with a Hierophant card. The Wheel of Fortune is the yes card, is the thumbs up card that something amazing is going to happen. And the World is a signifier that there is a new cycle that is just it's imminent in your life, but you've got to do that little bit of work to move into your new cycle. Because I feel like, you know, with the Nine of Swords, the Nine of Wands here in the heart of the spread, you are stuck. You're in a stuck, fixed mindset here, and you're struggling mentally, but and you're struggling physically because it came in the physical position. But as I said, physical and mental overlap each other anyway. So there is definitely a strong message here, guys. I feel very drawn to this message, and I feel like I actually feel really positive about sharing this message with you because I do feel as though it's going to help you. I feel like that you're going to heed this message, and I feel like it's going to help a lot of people. The people that see this message anyway. And I feel like those are the people that are meant to receive this message, and you will know exactly what it is that you need to work on here. There's a very clear message from Spirit here. All right, so we're going to now get the overall advice for the retrograde period for you guys. What is the overall advice for what overall advice do they need for the retrograde period? Please show us true, clear messages. All right, guys, we've got the Six of Swords. Wow. This is all about you moving on. This is all, I feel like this does tell me that you guys are going to be moving forward into this new cycle. You know, this message has been a very, very clear, strong message that you guys are needing to let go of the past, I'm feeling, and allow yourselves to grow into a new spiritual awakening, into higher levels of learning and understanding, of moving out of a fixed, stuck mindset that's holding you back, I'm feeling, that's stopping you from progressing and receiving the gifts that you are meant to receive. Now, in staying in that stuck past mindset and that stuck, fixed on the past mindset, you're not going to receive anything from Spirit because they will not give it to you until you are ready. Right? So when you are ready, you will receive the Wheel of Fortune. You will receive a very abundant opportunity here. It could be something beautiful, a new love opportunity. It could just be that you are gifted everything that you ever wanted in terms of work, career, and love. Who knows, guys? But 3 major arcana is a very strong message that you are meant to receive. Spirit is saying with this as advice that you are going to be moving forward here. This is a forward moving energy. This is someone moving out of choppy waters into calmer waters, onto more sailing onto calm seas, and just reaping the rewards of all of the work that they've put in to grow. So this is very much advice for you. If you're able to do all of the, if you're able to work on all of the aspects that we've spoken about already, this is a message for everyone that's been watching this video, right? If you're able to do the work, if you're able to move forward into this new cycle of abundance, you will reap the rewards. This is about moving through to calmer waters, from choppy waters into calm waters. So this represents that you will receive the rewards that are coming your way, guys. All right, let's get more advice. We'll get a couple more cards of advice. Overall advice for the retrograde period for the person watching. The Strength card just flipped over. Guys, this is so amazing, this energy. We've got another major arcana here. Now we have got 4 major arcana out of 6. And the other 2 cards that we have are all about healing and growth. Right? So beautiful. This is an amazing energy. I'm really overwhelmed here, guys. I'm loving this energy. So the Strength card tells me that once again, once you've moved through this challenging period into a new cycle, you guys are going to be moving into a more stable situation in life. You're going to be creating a new stable foundation for yourself. And you guys are going to be taking control of your life here, is what I'm hearing. You know, with the Strength card here, I feel like this is you moving. I feel like this is like almost like an outcome card, guys. This is like telling me this is what I'm feeling, is you're going to move into these calmer waters here. You're going to sail. You're not going to sail into them. You're going to do the work to move into them. You know, you're going to do work. You're not just going to move into them easily. This is going to take some effort here, guys. I can feel that effort here in my chest. You know, you're going to have to do some work here, but this is telling me with a Strength card here that, you know, you are going to be facing up to the reality of this situation. You are going to be taking control of your life here, guys. And I feel like, you know, you're going to be learning to take responsibility for your actions. And that has been a big theme in this reading. You know, the theme of this reading has been not taking responsibility of yourself, of your actions, of not you know, not doing the work that's required to move out of this stuck, fixed mindset and staying stuck in a loop here. You know, this is the opposite. This is about you, you know, forgiving yourself. This is about you forgiving imperfection. This is about being tolerant of other people's faults. This is about inner strength. This is about courage. It's about awareness, right? Of instinctive responses. You know, this is very much an energy that you will be getting through this. You know, you are going to be, you know, you're prepared to face any threat. You're prepared to face anything that comes your way here with a strength card. There is something, you know, extremely spiritual happening here. There is going to be positive change in your life, and you're creating new foundations, and you're certainly moving on to a new cycle here. And I hear that, and I feel that cycle is going to be something that you've always wanted, guys. Because remember, things only end for us so that other things can come together for us. All right, let's get a couple more cards of advice. So we've got even 8 cards here. 2 more cards, please. Spirit, cards of advice. Clear. Wow. We've got the 3 of Cups now, guys. So beautiful energy again. This shows me you celebrating. You know, I feel like this is you celebrating the future. This is you celebrating you being in this new cycle. You're going to be together with friends and family. There's going to be union. There's going to be harmony. There's going to be, you know, definite feelings of celebration here. So whatever it is, whatever you do move forward into here, it's going to be something that you're going to be celebrating with the 3 of Cups. All right, let's get one more message. Loving this message, guys. And then we've got 2 more. I'm going to take them both. We've got the 6 of Cups and the Star here. So, guys, it looks as though, you know, this could very much be a message that's something connected to your past with the 6 of Cups here. 6 of Cups is very much a soulmate past life connection. It could be that you reconcile with someone from your past that you've been wanting to reconcile with the star energy here. You know, this is all about healing, and it's all about obviously wishing upon a star. It's about things being illuminated as well. So I do feel as though you're going to feel really illuminated after this period of you know, during this period of transition in your life and this new cycle. You're going to be celebrating something. You're going to be, you know, focusing on all that strength and courage that you've built up on, you know, after taking responsibility for your actions and taking responsibility for your life. I'm hearing, you know, you're going to be taking control of it, taking it by the horns. And, you know, this is all about, you know, you've moved through that healing energy, and now you're able to wish upon the star and receive all of the wishes that you hoped for. And I do feel as though you are wishing on something that is from your past. It may not be a person. It could be something that you've experienced in the past. It could be a past job. It could be a past connection, a past friendship, something that you have really reminisced about from the past, something you're very nostalgic about, something that you hold of a high value. I'm hearing from your past. If that is a person, if that is a soulmate, if that is a lover, a connection, a romance, then this card tells me that that person or that thing or that whatever that thing is possibly part of your new cycle. So if you are hoping for a past soulmate to return here, it's very much possible here with this coming out to close your reading with the 3 of Cups, the Star, and the 6 of Cups, guys. So this tells me that it very much could be a wish fulfilled here if you are wanting a past soulmate connection to return. And it also confirms from Spirit this person is part of your destiny, because as I said, you are moving into a destiny here. And I may even need to call this reading something along those lines, because I feel a sense of destiny here. We have got, and once again, we do have another major arcana. So we do have the World, the Wheel of Fortune, the Hierophant, the Strength, and the Star card as your part of this reading. And we only have 9 cards out here, guys. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of 9 cards are major arcana. So there is a very clear message here, guys, from Spirit and the universe, and you need to take heed of this message. So please do listen to everything that I've said. There is a very strong, clear message here that I need to relay to you from Spirit and from the universe. Please listen to what I've said and please follow it. And look what we've got, guys. Top of the deck, we've got the 2 of Cups. I was just guided to check. And the bottom of the deck is the King of Swords and the Justice card. So, guys, this is something that is destined to be. You have got abundance and everything that you hope for coming your way after a period of healing and putting in the effort and the work. Okay, an oracle message for Mercury retrograde in Libra, September, October 2021. What message does this person need to see? Yeah, we've got fork in the road and flexible. So not surprised by those at all. There is definitely a fork in the road at the moment, guys. That is your obstacle right now. You know, there's definitely an obstacle here, and we spoke about this very early on in the reading, right? You're faced with an obstacle here. You're faced with a closing of a cycle that needs to happen and a starting of a new cycle, but you're feeling quite stuck right now, and you're feeling like the wheel is just spinning around and around and around, and you're in a stuck energy and not moving forward, right? So there is definitely a fork in the road happening here, but I've given you very clear messages about, you know, what Spirit wants you to do to help yourself propel forward here. And then I feel like you're going to be very flexible. Things are going to be more flexible for you in your life. Things are going to be a bit more smoother sailing here. You know, you are going to have things that you wished and hoped for here. We do have a lot of positive energies here. And as I said, we've got 5 major arcana out of 9 cards. So things are going to be more flexible for you. There is no doubt after this fork in the road. And you're going to be bringing in all of the happiness and abundance and joy that you could have ever hoped for here. Extremely strong message I'm feeling, guys. And yeah, all that glitters. I do feel as though this is written in the stars, right? So this is the message that I have for you during Mercury retrograde in Libra for the month of September, October 2021. I do hope it has helped you. Please don't forget to drop me a like and a comment if it's helped you in any way, or to tell me how, or even just tell me, you know, what you're working on in retrograde for yourself, right? As I said, share from anyone, it might help someone else. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.